Hey guys, so we're gonna get a reading in, of course. And I know you guys are having a hard time today. Yes, I got the news about it. I was at work at the time when the news came in. The Supreme Court overturned Roe. If you saw my reads, and we all kind of felt it was going to happen. Okay, after the leak and everything, the read is up in Community if you want to read that one. And I talked about it. I had looked at it about so many months before. I kind of talked about that. I ended with the tower. I was like, what? But then it was it was a tough one. But anyway, the read's up there. So I wasn't shocked. I wasn't, flipping out. I already was prepared, I guess, in some way. No, I'm not happy, of course, and stuff. But I'm not like out, on fire, angry, freaking out. I'm just like, well, we better take action. We're going to have to take action. I'm not afraid of the patriarchy. We'll do what we have to do. I'm definitely going to vote. And this should be the signal for you guys. And yeah, I got the shirt on if you saw Community too. But yeah, you got to vote. Okay, you can't not vote. Even the little, the people in your state, whatever, primaries, you got to vote. You got to get people, and just period, it's got to be pro-choice people at this point. If women are going to get their rights back and everything, and stuff. But I know a lot of you are very worried about it. I've had people texting me, messaging me, and stuff. I did post in the group, all kinds of stuff going on, so I know a lot of you are concerned and stuff, but we can't sit here and be, we want to be realistic. This is not something we want to happen. This has to change, but we can't be afraid. Okay, we got to face fear in the face, and we're going to have to stand up and stuff. We're not putting on some red robes and a little white hat. Okay, and gonna be, well, I can't do it. I'm in menopause, but just anybody, be birthing babies and incubators and pumping out babies and filling up the domestic supply, which a lot of it is, a big thing. And I feel what it's coming is the birth rates have been low for years, and there's people kind of looking at, they're kind of worried about a workforce. There won't be enough employees. I got a bright idea and stuff. Let's get Trump in office and have him throw a few, whatever. People on the Supreme Court, let's overturn Roe. And then they have to have babies. Great, but they can't feed them, but they can't afford to pay rent. They can. That's okay. And so we'll figure it out. Domestic supply, and I don't. What are we going to feed these children? Where are we going to live? I mean, just even the cost of living. I was just watching a thing on the news last night. About, there are people coming out of college with student loans that are crazy, and because of their student loan debt, they're getting denied mortgages, even though they've got degrees, some of them multiple degrees, PhDs, stable jobs, running businesses that are making money, but because of their student loan debt, they can't get a house. So it's like, it's real hard to get that American dream anymore, right? And then they want us to pump out a bunch of babies. Okay, then they're trying to figure out, okay, they got this. Now they're looking at birth control. There are idiots who want to make condoms illegal, which that prevents STDs. Okay, yeah, there you go. I guess the solution is to just stop having sex. No more of this. I guess, and so sorry, yeah, some of you women, you're gonna have to say no. And so just like Nancy Reagan back in the day, just say no. Sorry, I ain't taking a chance on that. Oh no. Except that leads to a whole lot of stuff that I don't want to get into. Be a lot of unhappy men. Even husbands. Except no birth control, no this, that. Already got a couple kids in the house. Comes home, he's had a hard day at work. Kind of, might be in the mood. Hell no. It's you better go in the guest room, because I don't want anything jumping on me at this point. I don't want to get pregnant. All that stuff. I mean, just there's going to be people cutting people off. I'm telling you, there's going to be people cutting people off. And so I don't, I get pregnant, something happens. I said, well, we're just going to have to stop. Let's just get a couple separate beds. You and me, we'll just have a little separate beds like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore back in the day. And that's it. That's it. I had my 2 kids. That's it. Sex for procreation. That's it. I'm done. I've had my kids. And stuff. No more of this. No more of this. I don't know. I really don't know a solution, as far as that goes. But that may have to be a big solution and stuff. Just have to just that's one of the ways you don't have to worry about it. But of course, there's other cases. Obviously, rape and we know that would not just solve the problem, not the whole of it. We need laws. We need laws that protect women and everything like that. But what it's coming down to, I was kind of pondering on some things, just kind of sitting with the spirit. I know what they're trying to turn this into some Christian nation, but Spirit gave me a thought. I don't know how it came to me. It had to be Spirit because I don't know where I thought of it. Because that's where I was thinking, for a while, just make it a Christian nation, prayer in schools. Oh, I'm sure they want to get prayer back in schools, get some 10 Commandments and all that stuff at the courthouse and everything. But I'm going to tell you, the religious right and stuff, and the cat wants out. The religious right does not want to do away with separation of church and state. Wholly. Okay? They want it. They want to be able to influence laws. They want to get prayer in schools because they want people coming to church, right? Get them in there, get them going, Bible, pray, and all that stuff. They got to go to church, right? All that stuff. Okay? What do you think the main reason that the pastors, preachers, bishops, and all that stuff would not want to completely abolish separation of church and state? Because I know a lot of you think that's the intent as a whole. Think about it. Come on, I'm going to send it to you. Telepathy. Tax exempt status. If the separation of church and state ended, well, don't the churches have to pay taxes? They don't get to keep their tax exempt status if there's no separation of church and state anymore. If they're going to be all apart, be a government of Christian nationalist type of thing, stuff that they're probably going to have to pay taxes, right? You can't keep tax exempt status and at the same time be able to make everything Christianized. You can't do that. Now you're part of the government. Your religion's part of the government. You've made Christianity the government religion. Can't be tax exempt. So they don't want to do away with it. Trust me on that. Okay, but they do want to infiltrate. They want to infiltrate schools. They want to infiltrate uteruses, and stuff like that. Absolutely. They want to do that. But the main thing that, like as far as churches, they want people in the pews, They want people coming in tithing. They want to make money. Okay? That's one of the big things. They want a membership. And I'm sure they've had a dwindling membership over the years. And I bet you they've had a dwindling membership of women over the years. Yeah, absolutely. And stuff. So there's a lot to unpack there and everything, but we're going to look at it. We're still going to look at it and everything because, like I said, overall, now people that are not, say, heads of church, like Christian, just regular Christians who go to church may want, a Christian nation. But I'm telling you, the churches like separation of church and state. Except, you think Joel Osteen wants to pay taxes? Or that Kenneth Copeland, that scumbag? He don't want to pay taxes. What? I got to sell one of my jets? He don't want to pay taxes. Oh, no. They love it. This is tax-free money coming to them. All right off, all that good stuff. Oh, yeah. They don't want to pay taxes. This is all easy money for them. Except because if all that went away, they probably have to pay taxes. Yeah, it's all part of government, this, that, and everything. Joe Biden has to pay taxes, right? All that stuff. So, yeah, they want separation of church and state. So that's why we still have it. That's one of the main reasons it's still there and it's still standing and stuff like that. Also, people fought them in petty ways, of course. But yes, they want it. Trust me. They don't want to do away with it 100%. They just want to be able to infiltrate where they can. Okay, and to do their part, do their bidding of certain things, especially, with whatever kind of laws they see fit. Well, the Bible says this, so I want this as a law, and things like that. Okay, but they don't want to do away with that tax exempt. I'll tell you, nope, let's even pull a card. What do we got here? What's Spirit going to have? It's sitting right there. The Empress, that's what they want to mess with. The woman, I know, we're going to talk about Roe versus Wade, the mother of tarot. I know, my friends, I know. I just got the deck, it's just right there. and stuff. But yeah, they don't want to do away with it. We'll pull one more. I'm going to do a full read, don't worry, and stuff. Oh, here she goes. Woman, warrior. Who's this? The Queen of Swords. This is what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying, you're going to have to bring out your female warrior and stuff. But a lot of times, let me say it. Let me say it for the ladies in the back, not just the young people. I'm speaking to people my age. You're in your 40s, maybe late 30s, 60s, 70s. I don't know how old, my people are here and watch. But the Queen of Swords can a lot of times be us older women. We got the wisdom. Okay, she's normally one of my older queens. Okay, she's seen kind of history. She's grown up with certain things. She has knowledge. She knows about that. The warrior, and we got to come out. I know. It's like, oh, I got to get to fight these bitches again. And so back in the day debating, I did the debates with, pro-life, pro-choice. And, and I let me be honest with you. I'm going to be straight with you and stuff. Is it even worth debating with pro-lifers and stuff like that? I'm going to tell you, as far as ever seeing people like change their minds, when you have it, just trying to have conversations, maybe you don't get heated and stuff, but you're just trying to have an intelligent conversation, and you don't really change minds. You don't. I've seen maybe one person, I think maybe one person I saw once change their mind, which is great, but they really don't change minds. The one thing that's going to change your mind is not a debate online. So you may, debating a bunch of pro-life people that are going to pull out scriptures on you for every little thing, no matter what you say, when it comes to science and or even to appeal to situations like children and incest and, women that are raped and the risk of life and ectopic pregnancies and all the many things that could go wrong. None of it, they're going to go Bible. Okay. But the only thing that's going to change a pro-lifer's mind and turn them into a pro-choicer is this. The only thing. Their daughter gets pregnant and maybe her life is at risk. Their daughter gets raped and maybe their life is at risk. Or another person in the family or themselves, of course. Okay, all of a sudden somebody's life is at risk. Something's going on. I don't know, something about maybe, a child being molested, maybe at 9 years old and getting pregnant, and just the thought of them having to pump out, an 8-pound baby and rip him in two. Just being graphic, I'm sorry, and stuff. That's just a real hard thing to put them through, right? That you're gonna do everything you can to stop them from going through that experience, right? A lot of them would. All of a sudden, you're not so pro-life anymore when it impacts you or your family or those you love, and it puts them at risk. Okay, it puts them at risk. All of a sudden, you're a pro-choicer. Trust me. Okay, with the exception of maybe a very small percent of people who would be like, well, it's God's will and all this crap. If I die, it's God's will. Fine, whatever. I got to protect this little thing of cells. It's God's will I die. Very, very few, unless you're off your rocker, okay, you're going to become a pro-choicer. Period. But, debating these people, I'm just being straight with you. I know. If you think, having going on Reddit or whatever places people debate, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not dealing with it. It's not worth the energy. I'll make a video people watch. Great. That's awesome. But that is the one thing that's going to turn them into a pro-choicer when suddenly it affects them personally. Okay, suddenly someone, either they or someone they love, okay, is at risk or something terrible happens, and all of a sudden they're going to be pro-choicer 100%. I guarantee you they are. That's the only thing that's going to change your mind. Okay, but if they're not impacted personally, okay, in some way and stuff, and it's everybody else's fucking problem, okay, then they're going to stay pro-life. That's just the way it is. That's because that Bible, scripts that. That's all. They don't look at science or anything. There's no empathy or compassion for what a woman goes through, her dark moments or anything. It's what's in there. Okay, period. It's about saving babies. It's the ultimate arrogance, righteousness. If they do get somebody to turn and leave the clinic and stuff, is ultimate arrogance. But I'll tell you what's really weird. Okay, so I have that video up. Go to community. You can watch my read on Roe versus Wade. Yes, it was overturned. I told you it would be, which we pretty much knew. But still, just see what would happen. This is a crazy thing. I remember that night. Okay. It was because I did that video, and you'll see me talking about it. I had just saw it. It was either a YouTube or something came up on my phone. I don't remember how. The political article, the very first article that hit, I saw it right away and stuff. And I was like, and I started checking things. This apparently is legit and stuff, and it felt legit and things like that. And that's why I did the vid. But I'll tell you, that was I did that video within 30 minutes. But like right around that time when I went to TikTok, I was curious, is anybody on TikTok or something like that? The very first video, and the row thing had not broke yet at all. There was a woman, this poor woman. Okay, she's in her 50s like me. Okay, but she's not in menopause. And she's African American, and she was doing a video, because sometimes people will just get real with you and stuff. And she was in tears, going, I just found out I'm pregnant. And she's crying, what am I going to do? And she was like, I'm 54 or something like that. And I'm pregnant. What am I going to do? And it was just so surreal, that all this is happening, right? And then this is the first video I saw on TikTok when I'm looking in. And remember, Roe hadn't broke yet. This was just a weird kind of thing this woman probably didn't even know yet. I'm sure she probably knew about they're trying to do these weird things with laws, but not about that and stuff. And I fell for, see, that happens too. Okay, so think about it. Okay, so I'm 53, right? Okay, and say, whoops, I'm pregnant. Okay, so basically my kid's going to turn 18 when I think, what is it, 53? Yeah, about 71. Yeah, about 71. Or maybe, okay, we'll give it 9 months, right? So maybe 54. So 72, he's finally 18. So my years, my 50s, my 60s, would be having to raise a child. I could do it. I could, the exhaustion. But then, of course, there's risk, higher risk, of course, to anybody in their 50s. There could be, defects and things, all kinds of stuff, because your eggs aren't as good, and stuff. I'm not saying it's impossible in the 50s to have a child, but it is a lot harder. There's a lot of stuff that could go wrong, right? And stuff. So this poor woman was terrified, and I'm like, oh my God, and now this is happening. And stuff. And see, that's the thing, there could be women like that in that situation, like, I, I can't do this. I can barely take care of myself, and stuff like that. And people, oh, just give it a adoption. You know how hard that is, just get it when it's a clump of cells, because the thing is, you'll give it up all the way up for adoption, right? Okay, God knows where it went and everything, have to live with that, be very sad, just all kinds of stuff. If it ends up in the foster system, abused or so many things, that's not good either. But we got enough kids in foster care. We got enough kids in foster care. Okay, we don't need to pump out a bunch of unwanted babies. Okay, but yeah, it's so much to unpack. But yeah, check that out. The first two cards I drew, the Empress, Major Arcana, Mother of Tarot. But Spirit's like, yeah, Queen of Swords. We got to bring those warrior women out, especially even us older, because see, so much the poor young. I know we kind of look at what we left, and stuff. We should take a little responsibility for it. Maybe we, like in the 80s and 90s and early, 2000, we were all into ourselves, maybe not paying attention to what's going on. But the one thing I will give Trump credit, there were a lot of people who weren't paying attention to politics until he became president. Then all of a sudden we started paying attention, right? Then all of a sudden we are experts. Okay. Then all of a sudden we're watching the news. But a lot of us, when Obama was in there, whenever, we didn't really pay attention. We didn't really, we just went on with our life. And really it should be like that. I shouldn't have to think and be focused and be worrying about who the heck is there. Okay, I really shouldn't have to do this. I should be able to focus on other things in my life than worry about what those people are doing. Okay, and stuff. But that is one thing though. I have to say is when he became president, we started to kind of be like, I need to be knowledgeable, about the laws that are being made, the people that are getting elected. I need to make sure I'm voting, talking, get my voice, saying things. If I see somebody's being sketchy, put it out there, say it, all that stuff. It definitely changed a lot of things. And so that's one thing about it. But yes, the warrior woman, Spirit's definitely saying, yeah, you're going to have to come out and stuff, the mothers and everything. But yes, I know, and that's just kind of the way it was. So it's not like we were trying to mess anything up, with stuff like that. But, things, I guess you could say, many people were kind of in their own little world, worrying about their own thing, while other people were doing all kinds of sketchy stuff in the background. Okay, is kind of what happened. But no matter, we can't sit there and just let the young people, deal with it. We all have to deal with it. And so it's time for mothers, grandmothers, and stuff, to get up, get out, speak, do whatever there is. And stuff. Definitely vote. Definitely, yeah, get posts on social media, let people see stuff. I mean, sure, and I don't want to be a downer, like I said, about changing minds, and stuff. Maybe having discussions with people. I don't want to be totally a downer on that, like I said, but it's just my experience, okay, with just trying to have discussions with people, in that pro-life, pro-choice kind of discussion, a long time ago over the years, I didn't really see people change their mind. Okay, once that Bible is in there and stuff, because this is what God believes. It's so hard to break that. How do you break that? How do it's almost impossible, guys. It's almost impossible. Okay, so it's that's not the way to go, I guess. That's not necessarily the way to go and stuff. It's going to take experiences that they have when it's suddenly a personal problem. When it's suddenly a personal problem, either them or someone they love affected. Okay? Or maybe a good friend, or maybe even a good friend, a good friend that maybe something happens and so forth. Various different things like that. That's when they become pro-choice. And they will become pro-choice when it becomes a personal problem. I promise you. I promise you. Very, very few won't. Very, very few won't. Like I said, my child's been violated, now they're pregnant and stuff, and we're going to grow this 8-pound thing. It's going to rip her to shreds, and she might never be able to have children later in life, when she's a grown, person, maybe wants to have a marriage and a family and some kind of normal life. Can't do it now and stuff. If they survive, okay, all of a sudden you're pro-choice. I promise you. Okay, so it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And people, and if there's any pro-lifers see this, people say, well, out of a tragedy thing, sometimes God does things that are good. Like a little baby. Fuck off. Fuck off, get off my channel. I don't want to hear about it. No. Except, that's not the way it works. That is not the way it works. Okay, think about it. Think about it. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but we are here as human beings. So there are things that happen, like women obviously have miscarriages. Many women that are watching right now had them, maybe multiple. I never had one. I never, but multiple. Okay, I may have experienced that. Okay, I saw many. So all those little babies that God's killing. Okay, what about that? And stuff, And so, but that's God's will. What, to carry something for like 4 to 6 weeks and it abort? That's God's will. Why? Okay? Some things are nature. There are certain things that are nature, okay, that we're going to go through as human beings. That's just the way it is. We're here on a planet. We're still human yet spiritual, having experiences, but we're also contending, with certain things like that. That's just the way it is. That's nature. And stuff like that. I don't want to hear about this. Well, maybe it's God's will. Maybe that maybe it wasn't time, or maybe maybe he changed his mind. Fuck off. Get off my channel. Get off my channel. Get out of your Bible and go read some medical stuff. Go look at some women's stories. They're all over the internet. There's thousands of women who went through hard experiences way back in the day in the 50s. Stop looking at these dumb things. Like I posted in the group the fetus of a freaking cat. It looks just like a baby. And I bet a lot of people thought it was a baby at first. It's a cat. And it's like embryo, not a fetus. Sorry, and when it becomes a fetus, you probably know it's a cat. But it was clearly an embryo of a cat, is what I said. But you probably didn't know it at first when you first saw it. And so, but anyway, yes, I know, I don't know if I can monetize because I'm gonna swear. Yeah, I'm a little angry, but I'm not out of control. I'm very calm, and all I can do is take action. That's all I can do is take action. I'm definitely, vote. No, and I'm thankful I'm in Washington. At least at the moment, I'm thankful I'm in Washington because right here it's legal. And matter of fact, Washington State even put up a thing. It's staying legal, kind of things like that, trying to kind of reassure us. But you know how elections go and but as we got people who don't like Inslee, and things happen. So we got to be on guard. We got to be on guard and stuff like that. It's just the way it is. Except, but so far, there was a reason to move here. I knew there was a reason to move here, and I'm glad I moved my kids here. Okay, I just, something about it. I just knew, except when I had the opportunity to come here, I'm glad I did. That's all I can say. Except it's not perfect, but, it's home. That's fine. God, I got so much to say. And yes, I'm having a mega pie tonight. Yes, I am. Let me take a sip here. I'm going to try not to get loaded on my video because I got to read, okay? But let me take a sip. It's been a hell of a day. But my boyfriend, now he is, he likes Trump. He's just, but he's not for this. I don't know why he likes him. I don't think he even knows why, but when it comes to something like this or whatever, no, he's not for it at all. He thinks it's stupid, and he's not Christian either, and he doesn't, buy into any of that other drama. But he just, I guess economy-wise, he's like, gas wasn't $7 a gallon when Trump was in office, just stuff like that. I know. He's always going to think he's a great president. It's just, there's going to be people who think that. But the SOB did put these 3 people in there, and he had to stick it to us one last time. This is kind of, the way he has to be, but we just got to fight back, and we just going to have to vote. We're going to have to vote, Democrats, pretty much pro-choice. We're going to have to vote Democrat, and, and then, get some laws changed. That's the only way to do it. Except, but, but yeah, as far, like I said, that's one of the things I want to kind of let you guys know, just when I was kind of tuning in, really thinking of, Christian national, I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that want to make, they're always trying to play with that's not what the founding fathers meant, nation under God. They were believers in Christ. They were deists. Everybody knows they were deists. Okay, but anyway, yes, they want a separation of church and state. They've seen it too many times. What happens when religion, church, and all that mix? It's a disaster. But they like their tax exempt status, guys. And so they know it. If they go way too in and stuff, it became a Christian. They're gonna have to pay taxes. They'll be paying taxes, and they don't want to do that. Trust me, they don't want to do it. And stuff. No way. Joel Osteen wants to pay taxes. Definitely not Kenneth Copeland. He loves all that free money. And, sometimes I'm fascinated. I have to admit I'm fascinated. Why do people throw money at these people? I could almost understand Joel Osteen. No, I know you're going to say why. Because there are some things he says that aren't necessarily bad, okay? But it is true he's got a lot of law of attraction stuff in there. He is a little new agey. He is. Doreen Virtue's not wrong. But, also he has not bashed the homosexuals. I do appreciate he does that. I still, he's still in it for the money. I know. But I'm just saying he's not as crude. Okay. You don't see him talking down women. Okay. You don't see him talking about abortion. He doesn't do any of that stuff. That's one thing I will give him credit. I have not seen him talk about it. Okay. I guess I'd have to dig. I'd have to dig. Okay. And stuff. And stuff. Or at least, let's say it this way. This is a topic he would like to avoid. Okay. And stuff. And, also because, hey, if he starts getting in too much and showing his views, right, it could affect his book sales. That's where he makes a lot of money on that, guys. Okay. And then, really his church is kind of advertising for his books is kind of what it is. So, but yeah, and as far as homosexuality, though, he has said, yes, homosexuals can go to heaven, this, that. He's not hateful. At least I don't see him being hateful. I'm just saying I will give the man credit in that area. And maybe that's why people can be drawn to him. But there are a lot of hateful preachers. There are a lot of scumbags out there. Okay, and stuff. And I've been watching some of them, just various little snips that people put on YouTube talking about women should vote. Like I saw this one clown, it was saying, women shouldn't vote, and, they shouldn't work. They shouldn't make more than a man. And this guy is some preacher. God, if I can find it, guys, I'll post it. But he's like, yeah, I think I read that women make 83 cents to the dollar of a man, but in the Bible, it says 60 cents. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. That's all they should make. so, and he's saying all this kind of stuff. Men are strong. That's why we should work and make more money. Jackasses. As if strength is only in the physical. Okay, tell that to your wife when she stops giving that poontang and stuff. Okay, because she doesn't want to get pregnant, and maybe she's a little irritated with you about your stuff that you've been saying about women and everything. Or maybe, when you ask her to clean the house, well, you probably got a maid because you're rich, but maybe that one isn't rich. But yeah, maybe she's like, no, I don't think I want to clean the house and stuff. Yeah, I'm not getting enough for it. You're a big, strong man. Get a broom. Get the vacuum. You're stronger than me. I'm too weak to push a vacuum around this motherfucker. Okay? It says, see, if he's got a wife and stuff, if she lasts, unless she likes that shit, I really don't know why anybody would do it. But yeah, he was saying all kind of stuff like that. And it's just like, these are people. Oh, but women shouldn't vote. They don't know. These people. But you know what really gets my gander? Is the women who go into politics voting on things against women. Like Amy Coney Barrett, or these people, like going against women's rights, like abortion. Women doing it. Women, have you lost your mind? Except, and you want us to be all, Christian and submissive, but yet you want to be in a powerful political position making laws. I guess because you're doing it for the Lord, it's okay, but all the other women should be subservient to men. But you can be equal footing with a man because you're doing things for the Lord. Give me a break, lady. And you're a millionaire and you're getting you're getting money for people to vote. Yeah, okay, I got you. All the lobbyists, yeah. Okay, please, these people, and they're hypocritical. And they're just so hypocritical and everything like that. But yeah, there's all kind of videos. But yeah, one of the funny ones, I will tell you, I was watching. Some atheist put it up that I've been watching. He's kind of funny. But he showed like all these pastors. There was even a whole row of them on a stage. Okay, all of them predicted Trump would win in 2020, right? Okay, and there's a whole bunch of them. Pat Robertson's and yes, Kenneth Copeland, of course, and all kinds of other well-known, televangelists, preachers and everything, and even little lower ones that make YouTube videos, got a little channel. Lots of them, prophesized, and Yahweh said Trump would win, right? Okay, then he lost. So then they're still scrambling. Well, January 6th, and everything will be overturned, and Trump will be president because God said so. God spoke to me and gave me a dream, but that didn't happen. Okay, we had a whole insurrection, and Yahweh couldn't do it, right? Except Pence did his job and everything. And then the swearing, oh, he won't be sworn in. I had a dream, and Yahweh, yes. And trying to get the conversation and everything. And what's her name? Paula White out there, Hakuna Matata, what the fuck she did. That's Hakuna Matata. I'm just joking. That's not what she was saying, but it sounded so similar. But anyway, and then he gets sworn in. But you know what's funny? And all those pastors got it wrong, right? All those preachers, all those televangelists, all on video. It's how Trump will win. Yahweh told me I had a dream and I saw Trump, in the glory of the Lord and Jesus with his arm around him and all this shit. And so, but us old school tarot readers called it. But these punks got it wrong. I see, that's a funny thing. Some of us, like Lita Rodriguez and, Tarot Down Under, just various, older. We were sitting here flipping tarot cards. And we didn't just get that. I mean, just certain things leading up to it. I think I said Bar would walk. He walked, various things. Yeah, I was wrong on Kamala. I almost picked Kamala for vice nominee, and I shifted, and I know I almost had, but other things, a lot of, different. I said Trump would dispute the election. I said there would be court cases. He wasn't going to, it's all in there. It's all my evidence, all the evidence. It's all there. But these guys, but the funny thing is, so then they get on video and they're trying to backtrack, making up reasons, figuring out why, they gave the wrong answer and stuff, getting the Bibles out and trying to yell at the congregation if they question them. It's funny. You check it out and stuff. But I was just watching and it's like, yeah, but we're just here, and flipping tarot and talking to people very calmly and stuff and everything. And, and we were right. So I think it's kind of funny and stuff. But I shouldn't mock too much because I don't want Spirit going, don't make fun of the preachers and everything. Don't. But it is what it is. There was a lot of us very, older, like there's Trudy and everything, various tarot readers that have been talking about this for a while. And it wasn't because we even liked Biden. We were just really, going with the cards, say who will win. Just like the next election, I don't know. It's a little scary because Biden is not in the best position right now. So he is at risk. He is at risk. I'm not ready to read on it yet. I need to get a little further in before I can even start. I know some of you guys are really wanting to know. I'm not ready yet. It's not that, I want to see stuff. It's just certain things still have to fall into place before I can even go, okay, now I can do it and stuff. A little more time. There's too much open for things to happen and come to pass and stuff before everything's not a straight linear set in stone and stuff. Like Spirit's trying to give chances. I guess is the best way to put it in so many different ways, trying to figure it out. And so, but yeah, it is kind of funny. I was just like, look at these guys. But see, a lot of us, if we're wrong as terrorists, I was wrong, I was off, it happens. We own it. We will own it and everything like that. And we also don't pick on each other. Like I see they pick on each other and they do stuff. You won't see me ever talk, that lady on that channel, if she got that wrong, she sucks. Don't follow her. We don't do that. We respect the thing, and we certainly understand, because if we started acting like that, Spirit's going to give us wrong info to make a fool of us. We know not to mess around. Okay, so we don't like try to call out anybody or pick on someone. We don't do that game. That's ego. We don't want anything to do with that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say it's funny. They're just the way they acted and backpedaling. But the funny thing is, in the Bible, there is some very strict. If a prophet, somebody prophesies in Yahweh, it says it's from God, like actually from God. Okay, they could get in a lot of trouble. Now, of course, there is, like, there are some people who say that they were supposed to be put to death and stuff if they got things wrong. But there is a little leeway, for like, they could have been presumptive, they could have been mistakes, and stuff. It wasn't super hard, as some may put it, and stuff. In other words, they weren't trying to be intentionally deceptive. Okay, so the Bible actually does give a little, they're not trying to be intentionally deceptive, they just got it wrong. They just got it wrong. So that even is, it's mixed in there somewhere. But the ones who are especially trying to be deceitful, or they're getting kind of haughty, they're getting proud, they're getting funky and stuff like that. Yeah, and especially, I guess the word is lead a rebellion against God. Let's put it that way, and then it gets kind of crazy. Then that's another story and stuff like that. So, then that's where Yahweh gets real mad. But I would think that the people would be careful, but they're not. They're not at all, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, I know you guys want to get to some read. I just kind of want to vent that and stuff and everything, and kind of what's going on. But yeah, we do need to be careful. I mean, there are definitely, there are some really messed up people, even in Congress. You're very your senators and all that, the House, the represent, various people who are the Bible has really messed them up. Yeah, and I mentioned it once, but the thing that really irritates me is, especially with the case with Uvalde, that there were actually, various, political people, that are going up there, and they're actually saying, okay, that God, we need God back. They're not protecting the children. That's why the mass shootings are happening, because we took prayer out of schools, and we're not praying, we're not doing this, we're not going to church, we're becoming secular, the atheists, so we're being punished, we're becoming godless. So God's not protecting the little children, the innocent children that go to school. And if we want that to stop, we got to bring God into the laws and the government and everything. Yeah, this is their thing, prayer and all this crap. These people, I literally saw, it was some guy in Arizona. I don't know if some of you saw it. I know a lot of you think the answer is to take the guns out of the hands of people, but really, let's talk about God. I'm telling you, we really need to bring God back, and we need. It's some old man. No, actually, no. No, you regulate, we need to regulate guns. We need to stop handing them over to 18-year-olds, and not doing background checks and things, and just throwing them at everybody. Here, have a gun, have a gun. Here's your rite of passage, have a gun. You're a man now, or whatever the hell it is. Or women, or whatever. We got to stop that. We don't need. And I'm not saying, of course, we should eliminate all guns. Of course not. I don't think we should. Because people, you may need to protect yourself someday, but assault rifles, they can do rounds upon rounds upon rounds in a crowd, or a school, or whatever. Not necessary. Not necessary. Okay, and stuff. And it's been proven fact in countries that, certain laws, when they made drastic changes, things change. But America is probably so far gone that doing the way like Australia or New Zealand did probably would not work. It's just, it's almost kind of in too deep at this point. We need change, definitely some kind of regulation, law, background check, all kinds of stuff and everything, definitely. But even, I guess, today the Supreme Court ruled that anybody could carry a concealed weapon. Okay, nationwide, but yet women have no rights. At the same time, it's crazy. A gun has more rights than a woman. So, but anyway, but my point is, these people, the way they justify, what's next, and stuff. If we keep, they're trying to justify doing laws with the Bible, with God and stuff, and we can't be doing that. I'm sorry, we just can't be doing that. That's not rational. That's not reasonable. And stuff like that. Spirituality is one thing you do, in your life. It should be an interpersonal kind of matter. It really, and I feel, that is the way it really should be. Okay, and it's great, people congregate at church. That's awesome, and stuff. But this kind of stuff, to deal with, certain things in the physical world, it definitely, I feel Spirit, wants us to handle these things appropriately and not ignorantly. And stuff, and just, like you don't put the Lord to the test, right? Remember in the Bible and stuff. So you're gonna test the Lord to protect the children by offering no protection ourselves with any kind of laws or doing anything about it. Just put the Lord to the test and let Him do it. And maybe if we put prayer in school, maybe if we leave pamphlets, on the students' desks. Maybe that'll make, or little Bibles, little New Testaments or something. Maybe that'll stop. Then the little kids can hold up the little New Testament when someone tries to shoot them. Okay, what the fuck is these people doing? So yeah, there's a lot we got to vote. The insanity has come. We have to vote. We have to vote. Yes, women. But the next thing, this is what I want to look at. I know I've already talked 45 minutes, but I've got a lot to vent. I know some of you do listen to me for some reason. Gay rights. I'm going to look at that too. That's next. That's next on the chopping block, and you know it. And stuff. And even, I believe, Clarence Thomas, he's a punk. He's always been a punk. I remember him back in the days with Anita Hill. He's always been a punk. And his wife is scummier than him. I'm sorry. He's a punk, and his wife is worse. She was part of the whole insurrection, talking to Hannity, texted. Okay? And stuff. They're all gone. And stuff. But he's always been awful. I just don't understand. But anyway, gay rights, we're going to go ahead and look at it. Okay? We're going to check that, because I know that's coming. That's coming. And I know it's just, it's all, they're trying, like I said, they're trying to infiltrate the laws and do all this stuff, but they want to keep that tax exempt status. Yeah, I promise you. I promise you. Okay, let's get to it. Let's start looking at cards. But I know I kind of swore, I kind of vented and everything, just giving kind of some of my personal, but now it's time to talk to spirit and stuff. See I know you guys are curious. But yeah, they even, birth control, they're going after that. They want people, they're going to say it's abortive, but even trying to make condoms illegal. How is a condom abortive? I guess it's messing with God's will. Okay. Of course, when I think about it, the majority of the male population doesn't like them anyway, but you know what I'm saying? But yet Viagra, yes, God's will. Oh, but when Viagra comes, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Thank you, Jesus. Look at this beautiful medicine that the Lord sent. A Viagra. Oh, yeah. And stuff. It's a miracle. It's a miracle thing. A miracle drug. Absolutely. It's God's gift. God's gift to the patriarchy. I once read when Viagra first came out, I was very young. Dear Abby was still alive. I'm pretty sure it had to be Dear Abby. I don't think it was your sister. Some woman wrote in. Okay, this is when Viagra just came out, ladies. Okay, you gotta remember, it's been out for a while. She was in her 70s, and her husband got the bright idea to get Viagra, and he wanted to have sex again. And she wrote the most angriest letter, that she was so pissed off. Because think about it. You're a 70-year-old woman. You've done your time. He ain't cute anymore. He's just a shriveled up old thing. And you're tired. Your bones are aching. You probably got osteoporosis. You're not, a Ten of Swords. You're tired, okay? And that's the last thing you need is some crusty old man, shriveled up with dentures, in his mouth, wanting to do it. And she was so upset, and everything. So yes, Viagra for many is not a miracle drug, especially for women that are older and the libido is gone. He's not cute. And, maybe after so many years, she's tired of him. Okay, I'm just saying. So it's, yeah. But yeah, I know that is an exception of God's will, right? Okay, let's go ahead and see. I have Isn't It Ironic by Alanis Morissette playing in my head. Now, as I say that, YouTube, please don't demonetize me. I didn't play the song. Okay, here we go. Let's kind of go ahead and look at it. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Cups kind of popping up in here. So let me kind of tune in with that. Ooh, Knight of Cups and everything. So one of the things, I'm going to focus some of the energy. I've talked about this in one of my reads. Remember? Oh, yeah, I did say the Cancer month. I think it was in the Kali read. Something was going to go down during the Cancer month. I know that was in one of my reads. So I feel this is kind of the energy that we're kind of going into. So it's not really the Knight as in a personhood, but certain things that are stirring, okay, during this month. Okay, obviously during the Cancer month, we just went into Cancer, just going into summer. See the crab? I just make sure if you're wondering why I'm seeing that. okay, and stuff. I told you certain things were going to be happening and so forth. But you know what? I still got to look at the whole image. We've got this beautiful angel kind of image here and stuff. So I feel like several things that kind of spirit is saying here. And I know it is a male, clearly, but I do feel, the spirit, the angels, the real ones, okay, they're watching over us and everything like that. Okay, with this situation. But still, this is something we got to take action. Now, I just thought of something. If the Queen of Cups pops up, that was in some way old reads. That might be before some of your guys' time, before you found me. That was my Ruth Bader Ginsburg card. There's a whole story about the Queen of Cups that I'll tell you about another time. Could possibly pop up. But she was popping up in reads, even before she died. That's what I'm saying. But she could pop up in my read again. I actually have a Ruth Bader Ginsburg candle up on the table, by the way. So let's kind of go ahead. The opposition, there you go. Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands. So we were talking about that. Remember, one of the things we've got there, we have that Empress energy and the Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Wands especially, I know hexapatriarchy, right? This is the magical one, okay? But really stepping into power, becoming independent, fire. A lot of women are angry right now. A lot of women are angry. So we got this certain changes in the Cancer month. Like I said, I feel spirit angels, they're watching the scene and all that stuff. But also, the thing that's happening here, is a lot of women, they're upset. They're ready to step in the power. They're going to get out and march. Action, action. The wands are especially about action. Okay, the magic wand. Oh, yeah. No, it's coming. Itself. So that's one of the things. But especially, you got to remember, just like we were saying, there was a day and age when women didn't have this kind of right. Now a lot of people have been born into this right, just like me. Right when I was born, Roe came a few years later, just a few years later and stuff and everything. So, but so we've been used to having it for a while, comfortable with it. It could depend on it to a degree, though people are always fighting it. But now here we are. Okay, I understand. Okay, so let's kind of look at that. So we've got the Two of Swords, which is also the Peace card. So a couple things here. Let me kind of sit with it. It's a little different in thought. I know it's to make a choice. It is about to make a choice. It's true. And we kind of look at this, pro-life, pro-choice, peace. That would be great if we could make peace, but obviously, can't really get there, okay, with the two sides and stuff like that. They're just too diametrically opposed and so forth. It's so much challenge. If we could get there one day, by agreement and everything, that would be awesome. That would be wonderful. But right now, it's like you're either on one side or the other, and just like when we talked about, making a choice and things like that, how I was talking about, a pro-lifer will become a pro-choicer if it impacts them personally. Will certain things impact people personally, when they start seeing the way things are? Oh, no birth control. Oh, you can't do this. Or they go to their doctor and they say, well, I'm sorry, I can't help you with whatever kind of situation. Maybe it's not necessarily, a total abortion, but maybe they're getting involved in other women's health things that have nothing, that the laws are getting involved. All kinds of stuff. It's opening a can of worms here. It's that peace would be wonderful. And I feel that the spirit would love peace. But of course, the two swords are going to have to go at it. They're going to battle. Okay? Really, it's no justice, no peace. Okay, let's kind of go ahead and look at that. Well, yeah, Knight of Swords. This has been my trump card. I know, here he comes. He's the one who put him on there. And everything. That's the way it is. So let's kind of look at that. He's probably proud of himself and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we got the change card. That we're definitely dealing with that. We're dealing with the change, that definitely, occurred with this situation and stuff. But one of the things, this is Jupiter and Capricorn. It doesn't have to go negative. It doesn't have to. We can shift this, I feel, is one of the things that Spirit is saying. A lot of it is voting. As I know some people are not happy with Biden, the economy, this and that, but women's rights are very, very important, guys. And I'll tell you, it's just like when even, my boyfriend had to admit, even though he likes Trump here, I said, look, when Biden took over, we had a pandemic. Things were already kind of trash, okay, and stuff. I mean, it's not like he was handed a perfect government here, Okay, it was a very different situation. Let's go ahead and look at that. Ten of Swords, the end of Roe versus Wade. It's ruined. I know it's a very dramatic ending and it's very ugly, and I know we're not happy about it. And yes, women are feeling stabbed in the back. Stabbed in the back. But one of the things the card can have a death kind of vibe. That's what we worry about is certain things happening, and there are going to be casualties. Let's face it, like I said, I don't like to predict, well, I don't predict personal death, okay? I try to be careful with that. But as far as will there be casualties because of what these people did? Yes, there will be. And if anything, if there are casualties, there should be lawsuits. There should be lawsuits because someone died. Okay, that's what it comes down to, the bottom line. If a woman can't, have a procedure to, get, an ectopic pregnancy and things like that, they should sue. They should sue. So I can anticipate lawsuits and everything. Above that, we've got the Ten of Cups. Now, we've got another alternative. There are people that are very happy, balanced. Oh, this would be good. Family values and all that stuff. So we've got this root of Roe versus Wade, and they think everything's going to be all hunky-dory and stuff. With the Ten of Cups, a happy family, everything. And people see, the whole Christian nationalism and all that stuff. They got the husband, the wife, and the kids. That's the way it should be. This is their ideal way. Go back to the 50s, whatever. Okay, and stuff. They don't see that there is more of a variety of things out there, but that's kind of the way that they want to see it and so forth. So that's eclipse, and that's the goal. Okay, like I said, they're coming for gay rights. Well, look at it. It's coming. I know. Yeah, we should be hearing something in the news. We got the Prince of Swords. Obviously, we had the news of this. Princess of Swords can be by symbol of news or information, and it's not always easy. It really just kind of depends. But yeah, we've got that Prince of Wands. It's kind of sitting in there. Okay, now, remember I kind of talked about, and I know it. I think it came up in my collie read. I can't remember. But I was just talking about the Cancer month, right? You saw the crab. This is what's kind of going down. There's probably a little more stuff to come that we're going to contend with. But then we got the Leo month. Okay, so that could be a little bit of a symbol, coming. And that, obviously Leo follows Cancer. There could be some things starting to pop out, okay, as far as starting to take steps, okay, toward gay marriage. It could potentially, because it's been on my mind, and then that card popped up. They could start coming around the Leo month. So expect some more drama during the Leo month, okay? I do feel something's probably going to come, okay? At least I'm not saying it's going to, we're going to have another leak again, maybe that soon, but I do definitely feel that there's some things they're going to start spinning in the works. We may start hearing little bits and pieces about it, especially with this happening to Roe. Like, what? It's coming. Be prepared. Okay, let's kind of go ahead and look at that. So we've got the Four of Swords. We've got that. I know that is the Truce card and everything like that. And now remember what I've talked about when I've discussed a truce. A truce is like two sides maybe agree, not to go with it and go with it. And that kind of energy and so forth, but they don't like each other. And so this kind of energy, though, I feel like this is what Spirit is saying, which is kind of a weird thing. It's not necessarily that we're calling a truce, but I feel like what Spirit always makes me feel they're kind of holding things back, okay, a little bit at the moment, because we're definitely, peace, truce, and all that obviously we're going to start. Well, we're going to start doing some stuff here. But it just makes me feel Spirit's kind of holding something back. It's very hard to explain. Let me pull a clarifier to see if that is kind of what I'm feeling here and stuff. Six of Cups popping up in there. That has to do with children, past nostalgia, things like that. What I kind of really feel like when I'm kind of looking at with the children kind of energy and stuff. Now, I'm talking children that are here, not fetuses. Okay, not embryos. I'm talking about children. I feel like one of the things there, maybe holds spirit back from, allowing a whole lot of certain things, is even kind of some of the innocent and, children and things like that. Just a little something I'm kind of feeling. It's hard to explain and stuff. Why things haven't gone totally to crap yet. Okay, I feel this kind of holding back kind of energy, is what I kind of feel here and stuff. But I also feel, yes, that Spirit would like a truce, that people would get along, would like peace, would like this and that and stuff. But we got this problem here with Trump, right? And stuff. But I feel the Spirit's like, I wish people would call a truce, have peace, that kind of energy. I feel like, there's a lot of concern for, the children and everything, which I know can reflect past, but also children also even can be a message from that as well. So just kind of my feels. But yes, oh yes, couple things here. Okay, now Thoth is a little bit different here. It's a little bit kind of spirit. See, that's what I'm talking about, and Spirit actually pulled a pretty good card for that. The Eon is also the Judgment card. Okay, so see, remember I said Spirit's kind of holding something back, just something I feel. Remember, I'm not talking totally the biblical. Okay, I try to remember I'm a little different. I'm a little past that kind of stuff. But I definitely do feel, I feel some kind of restraint as far as certain things going all the way down, like horrible, okay? I do definitely feel some kind of holding back. But I also got this Eon a couple things here. Judgment also, but this is also the Resurrection card. So it's a couple messages here. One of the things I feel like Spirit is kind of saying is stuff, it's not going to go, like some horrible, thing. But I feel like Spirit is saying there is this kind of resurrection, that's going to take place, especially of women and stuff. And you can see, and I believe this, yes, this was Bass. And also kind of look at that. Just see the woman just kind of, this is the feminine also in this particular deck, just kind of resurrecting and everything. And there's a certain spirit, and this is what I've been definitely trying to express, that it's been simmering for a while. But just when this leak came out here, they definitely awakening a certain feminine spirit, okay, that is emerging. That we saw in the 60s and things like that, right? We got that, but it's coming. This is a resurrection moment. So just when they think we're dead, just when they think it's over, just when they think it's won, we resurrect, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so a little bit, that's coming. Okay, so be prepared. And stuff. They're not going to take this, guys. The women are not going to take this. It's not, no way. Except not when we've had this right all this time. Okay, women have a lot more power. Even in the 60s, it was different. A woman can have a credit card. A woman can sign off on certain things without, it's a much different ball game here. Okay, much different. So expect a resurrection. And I kind of feel like that, like grandmas and mothers who, they've just been kind of living their life this, that. Oh, nope, forget this shit. Okay. Women starting TikToks. Had never been on TikTok before. All kinds of stuff. Disappointment. I know we're disappointed. Absolutely. Don't worry about it, though. We've got the loss. This is the widow card. The sadness, suffering. Roe is dead in the dust and everything. But there is something coming. There is something behind the widower, right? And everything. That's one of the things and stuff. There's still something coming. There is always an upside. I know death. I know. This is the big thing that we're scared about. This is the main thing. Yes, there's going to be casualties, I'm sorry to say, and stuff. I'm hoping, I don't want it to happen, of course, but I'm hoping that God forbid, I'll just be straight with you. There's going to be casualties. Okay, and it's going to make the news, and there's going to be things that happen. Okay, and I'm hoping that will shake some common sense into people. Whoops, we made a mistake. Let's do something. I hope to God. Okay, that's up. It's going to be hard. It's a headache. I just can't get around that card. So the Queen of Discs is also popping up in here. Notice I'm getting a lot of queens. Now, also, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but the Thoth deck does not have kings. It has knights. It has princes. It does not have kings. It's a little different stuff. So, but yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, there, especially women, who, have some wealth, have some well-to-do, things like that. Definitely all kinds need to be coming out and get to work. The Queen of Pentacles is especially about getting to work. Oh my God, all the women coming out, the High Priestess, and all you psychics, get out there, get with your predictions, start tuning in, all that good stuff. Oh yes, definitely. The Priestesses, the magic. And we're going to have to do some magic, let's just face it. But yes, we want to go into a new cycle, but the cycle is what I know you're all worried about. Can we go to a new positive? Are we on our way to the new earth, or are we on our way to something scary? I know. But no matter what, this is a new cycle. Hopes and fears, right? Outcome. Let's see what we got. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? I don't want to see this card. I love the Hierophant, but not now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I love the Hierophant, but not now because I know what it's saying. Because the Hierophant, what is the one of the things about it? I know it in the tarot can be a positive, but I know what Spirit's trying to tell me. I know what Spirit's trying to tell me. It could be a religious-y figure like the Popey type of also symbol as well. And I know Spirit is trying to use the Hierophant to tell, or the Hierophant, to tell me, yes, this is the agenda of the religious, okay, and stuff, and this coming in the outcome, that we're going to have to contend with them infiltrating and infiltrating. Now, like I said, though, it's not totally the resurrection, okay, that certain things, and stuff, women stepping into power, but definitely we're going to have to face that head on. That is, and I know it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, how do I put it? It's really, the book itself is not the problem. It's the way the people have become and what they've turned it into and stuff and everything. And breaking that is going to be really hard. But there is definitely, the rise of, I hate to say it, Christian nationalism is definitely coming. But at the same time, just the way the yin and yang is, so is the rise of women. The rise of women, the resurrection, okay, and stuff. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy and stuff like that with what's going on and everything. That they're going to try. They're going to try their best to take over and everything. But even if you look at in this deck, okay, got this kind of the Hierophant and everything and stuff. That like Isis figure right there. Okay. Okay, so, the power is going to come out. It's just the way it is. I'm going to throw a few forward down. And I probably do need to do some Queen of Swords. Don't worry. We're just going to have to step in our power. That's the way it is. And stuff. We're going to have to step in our power. And stuff. We got to be patient during this time. We're going to have to be patient. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. Okay, but it's all a matter of divine timing and stuff. It's, all about the balance. And get to the magic and stuff. We can have victory. We can have victory with the Chariot and stuff. We could go forward, but we got the divine on our side, guys. Okay, we do deep down. We got the divine and stuff. But yeah, a lot of it, like I said, the churches, the wealth, and all that stuff. And a lot of it, really, another reason, Spirit, of course, is popping up the wealth card, which is good common sense. A lot of these, the senators, the Republicans, that are all doing the various interests, especially you have the Christian nationalists, all that. A lot of them are even real Christians. I'm sure there's a few that are, obviously, because some make damn fools of themselves, with some of the things they say. I know they're, but there's a lot of them that are not. And stuff. It's all about money and stuff, politics, money, and everything. That's the way it is. And stuff. So the main thing, we got to vote. We got to vote. It's still, and as far as, like I said, it's too early for me to even, begin, to start talking about who's going to be president. Except it's too early. It's too early. Except because you would almost think, Biden's having a lot of problems and everything. Okay, right? Okay, he's having a lot of challenges, but then you now have this issue, and there's a lot of women out there who don't like this. And men too. I have a cute story. It's on my profile. I put, if anybody's on my, I keep a very small friends list. I just like to keep it kind of chill. I got to have a place to be, kind of chill. But I had that, oh God, it's my uterus shirt, whatever it is. The one of the uterus flipping off and everything and stuff. And I wore it with, like my boyfriend came and picked me up. And by the way, I do have a car, but my daughter, she's been borrowing it. So anyway, he came and picked me up. He was going to take me out to dinner. And I didn't know he wanted to go out to dinner. So I had the uterus shirt on, clearly flipping off everybody, right? And so, and I can't think whatever it says. I don't know, but stay out of my uterus, whatever. So anyway, when he saw me in a shirt, he was like, why you go wear that shirt? And I'm like, what? I like it. I don't care, and stuff. So I'm just proudly wearing it. Like, yeah, I don't give a damn. And so anyway, I didn't know we were going to dinner, though. I probably would have worn something different, Not that, I just, dinner. Okay. So anyway, so we go to a restaurant. It's really just, just like a chill restaurant. and and everything, and I'm just standing there and stuff. And I swear, this cowboy, he was probably in his 40s, decent looking man, but he almost looks like he works on a ranch or something. The kind of a big sturdy, got the cowboy hat, all of it, and stuff. And everything. And I wasn't really paying attention, but I could see him out the corner of my eye. I really didn't care whether he liked it or not, but I wasn't even worried about it. But he just, I hear this, ma'am, I swear, little accent, and I turn around, and he's like, I like your shirt. My boyfriend went red and smiled, and I go, thank you, and everything, and he just smiled and left and everything. So I just wanted to give that not, but trust me, there are good men out there that support women and do not agree with this. And he's a cowboy, and he might even be Christian and stuff. He might be and stuff, and he was like, I like your shirt. He was so cute, gives me the nod, and I'm like, oh, what a sweetheart, what a sweetheart. Is that there's some good people out there, guys. There's some good, and any men that can support and stuff. So far though, I just feel I don't get a heavy message on gay rights just yet, but I do feel something like they're gonna stir up something around the Leo month. Okay, just a little something in the Leo month. Because like I said, that Cancer, I know I had that in my Collie read. Like, I was like, I'm feeling something Cancer month, just something coming. And that Leo, that Prince, let me show you in case I didn't point it out. The Leo and that energy and stuff. And it's also with the Princess of Swords. I was kind of thinking of, are they going to come after it? I feel we're going to start hearing a little bit of it. Maybe Supreme Court laws, or they're going to start popping up some things here to challenge it, okay, and stuff, which is unfortunate, and I know it's ugly and stuff. So it's a lot to unpack. I know. Try not to be afraid during this time, okay. But if you're a good writer, write posts, okay, whatever. If you're a meme maker, make memes. If you're a content creator, make videos. If you got a good following on TikTok, get on TikTok. And so, though I like to leave TikTok for, I don't know. I'm a talker, obviously, and it's hard to get what I want to say in like 1 to 3 minutes. I guess you could go 10 minutes now and stuff. But, just really just any kind. And of course, like getting out there. If there was a protest in your area, go. Stuff, hey, I might, if I find out some protest is going down in DC, I may take off work, get on a plane and go. I'm just saying, take my daughter with me and go. I'm not kidding and stuff. So I'm going to keep an ear out, because I was like, okay, I'll get, I'll just charge it and get a plane ticket and go, get a hotel, make a day of it, and stand out there and everything. Even though I twisted my ankle a month ago, I hope it's better by then. But I'm serious. I'd be more than happy to go down to the Capitol and everything, stand there with a sign. I'll be there. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take the day off. I'll tell them, I'll make up something, or maybe I'll tell them the reason why I'm going. I don't know. But I will take off if I have to. But yeah, stand in our power, guys. Stand in our power. We got to do it. We got to do it during this time. It is a little nerve-wracking to see that Hierophant and the outcome. I know, I sit there. But I also know, just at the same time, we've got that, remember, it's a little bit different deck, okay? And she's coming. She's growing. She's coming. See her there. She's got that Isis. I believe that is Isis. I'd have to get into my crazy Crowley mind and look it up again and stuff, but we've definitely got that. And she's also got a sword in her hand. Okay, so, don't think it's over and stuff. You gotta really pay attention to the art and stuff. But I've talked a lot and everything. Wow, I went really long, but I know some of you were hoping, I would get a message and everything and stuff, kind of what's coming. But there's definitely a message. Yeah, I'll stand up. Like, if we didn't vote, we didn't speak up, we, this and that. Of course, it's going to be crazy and take over, and then your kids are going to have to pray, or they're going to have to sit out, and other kids are going to be like picking on them, or whatever's going to happen, and everything. We don't want to do that. See, I was actually, prayer was. I think we did do prayer in school. Did we do prayer in school? Oh no, we did. No, I don't think we did prayer in school. I think we bowed our heads. I knew we did something. They did a moment of silence. And I don't even know if they do that anymore in schools. But that's the way we did it, is we would do a moment of silence. I did that when I was younger. They kept that going for a while. And I think they stopped doing that later. Like, okay, prayer's out. Well, you can have a moment of silence and stuff. And so kids could choose whether they want to pray or if they just want to bow their head and just do nothing, except that they didn't have to do anything. So, and I feel that's totally fine because, like obviously kids who could be other religions, this, that, their parents might say, you better not be, whatever, there's Jehovah Witnesses or not, various things, that may do different and stuff. I don't see why they can't. Why can't they just settle for that? I don't understand why it's got to be. Why does it have to be a show of things and stuff? It's got to be so ridiculous and stuff. So, but anyway, so that's what I've got for now. I'm gonna be, of course, I'll come up with more content. Keep an eye on the news and stuff. But yeah, be ready. But yeah, if they do a big thing, Washington D.C. Consider it. Consider getting a ticket and going and everything. I'm seriously, I'm open to it. I'll be there.